So here's a pretty interesting story. The majority whip in Congress for the Democratic Party, Jim Clyburn, is calling out Joe Biden, saying Joe Biden is falling short on naming black figures to top posts. So this article reads, the most senior black lawmaker on Capitol Hill is taking Joe Biden to task over administration appointments, saying the president-elect is falling short when it comes to naming black figures to top positions. Representative James Clyburn, the House Majority Whip and a close Biden ally, expressed disappointment on Wednesday that African Americans, a voting bloc crucial to Biden's presidential victory, have not featured more prominently among the early picks to fill out senior administration posts next year. In an interview with Juan Williams, Clyburn welcomed Biden's selection of Linda Thomas-Greenfield, a black veteran of the diplomatic corps, to serve as U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. But he lamented that she is so far alone among black women tapped for cabinet seats and other top slots. Quote, from all I hear, black people have been given fair consideration, but there is only one black woman so far. I want to see where the process leads to, what it produces. But so far, it's not good. So the article also notes, remember, dude, Clyburn arguably, almost undebatably saved Joe Biden's campaign. You got to remember, man, in that South Carolina primary, there was a guy that a lot of people might forget was actually eating into Joe Biden's African-American support heavily. And that's why Joe Biden was so mad at him. That's Tom Steyer. Tom Steyer was eating into that African-American support. But once Jim Clyburn came out and endorsed Joe Biden, I feel like that swayed a lot of people who were going for Tom Steyer back to Joe Biden, and it had a massive effect. I mean, it changed the game of the primary most likely, right? So that's huge, right? He's basically the dude who's almost solely responsible for his win, right? And he's feeling shafted because he's not really seeing many black picks for some of these top posts in the administration. He is hoping that, he wants Marcia Fudge, who I think Marcia Fudge is actually like a real progressive, if I'm not mistaken. I think she supports Medicare for All and stuff like that. She's definitely backed by unions, I think. So I think Marcia Fudge is actually progressive. He wants her to be agriculture secretary, so I guess I want her to be agriculture secretary as well. Because if I recall, she's an actual progressive. He wants Jamie Harrison to be the D-S.C head, which is kind of bizarre. Jamie Harrison really, really underperformed in his race. I mean, the polls had it really close. Now, did Lindsey Graham cheat? I don't know. We know about his comments coming after the race, so maybe he did cheat. I'm not really sure. But Jamie Harrison really, really shit the bed in the election. I mean, he really got destroyed when the polls had it. That race was supposed to be within 1 to 3 points, and somehow he did way worse than that. So it's really bizarre. He wants him for the top of the D-S.C, which is kind of weird. But it's just interesting to see. We'll have to see what Clyburn is going to say. Biden's already picking a bunch of his cabinet picks right now. He's already named a bunch of them. But it's going to be interesting to see if Clyburn maybe is disappointed or maybe regrets his decision. We're not going to be sure. Obviously, Kamala Harris is black. So, that's a big deal as well. But definitely some potential interesting stuff here.